Raw and Nerdy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Raw and Nerdy. This is episode number 76. I am Joe the Widget. I am joined by my fellow nerds extraordinaires, as always, starting with Mr. Rook.
What's up, everybody? I'm feeling better. Let's get to it.
Good. You sound a whole lot better, too. Mm-hmm. And, as always, we have Archon.
What's up, everybody? Yeah.
We are back with a new week, a new episode. We're getting into the Xbox One today and its iterations, the 1S and the 1X. We're going to kind of throw those all into one group. And the only one that's going to have a list of any kind is going to be Rook, because he's the only one that's played it. We'll talk about the system and significant parts of it, and we'll go over Rook's list. We got some interesting news out there. We're going to talk a little bit about the Minecraft movie. Archon and I have both seen it. And let's just roll with it, because we got stuff to talk about. Let's get into our week.
Let's do it.
My week, I'm going to go first for once.
Do it.
I am having the hardest time lately remembering what I've been doing during the week, because it's just been encompassed by work.
Well, let's be fair. You did just get older.
Oh yeah,
They say the memory is the first thing to go.
I can see that. I need to take those like memory enhancement pills that have no proof of any kind of benefit.
Take some ashwagandha, man. That stuff is amazing. I love it. It actually does what it's ashwagandha. It does what it says it's gonna do.
I'd look into that.
It's good stuff. It's actually like when I first started looking into it, because like it's supposed to help with like memory and like it kind of aids along the same line as like taking apple cider vinegar gummies.
Yeah.
But it like the gummies. Don't take apple cider vinegar because it's disgusting, but the gummies are delicious. Especially like if the brand I use is called Goli. They're delicious. But they help with digestion, and like if you take them together, they kind of like enhance each other. But the ashwagandha, they've actually it does such good things with memory that they've started giving them to Alzheimer's patients, and they're seeing improvement in Alzheimer's patients from the ashwagandha. So,
there's your first bit of news for the day.
Hey.
Well, it's funny. It's like I have a fantastic memory with certain things. Like I could tell you what I did in the game in any game I've played recently 3 weeks ago. But when it comes to what I did 2 days ago in real, just normal life, I can't remember. I go to work. I know exactly what I got to do, how I got to do it. Yeah.
I guess that's good.
Speaking of work, though, I've been in a big fight with my company I work for. Well, it's a union I work for.
Still.
Yeah, about the fact that they put me in cubicles. I'm the only IT specialist that has a cubicle and not an actual office. And I'm the one that deals with all the hardware of the entire union. I have probably about $40,000 worth of inventory of different components and laptops and docking stations, you name it. And I have nowhere to put it. And it's like they don't care. So I've been putting it into an office that hasn't been used by anybody in over a year. And just recently they told me, no, we can't give you that office because we're going to hire such and such manager and we're going to let them use that office. So we need you to clear out everything in IT. I said, nope. Everything's going to stay there. That's the only place I can lock it up until you actually hire this person and they actually use this office. Until then, it's staying put. And no one has said anything about it since. My boss is now trying to fight them to get them to actually build me an office because they refuse to give me any. So I have 2 cubicles that have a little gap in between. One's a workbench that I use and one's my actual desk. It's just, yeah, it's been a fight and a half. And it's very, very clear to everyone except the higher ups that I really need an office.
So what you do is you answer all your calls on speakerphone, regardless of what it is.
I do.
And have it cranked all the way up.
Oh, yeah. Anyone that comes in the Sweet Bee office can hear it. All the sensitive information that's not supposed to be shared is being shared because they refuse to give me a private space.
That's amazing. Slightly passive-aggressive, but amazing.
Yeah, I get that way sometimes. Especially when I know what I need to do my job and they just don't do it.
Petty revenge and malicious compliance are the 2 best things.
Malicious compliance, I can completely agree with.
I love malicious compliance. That sounds amazing.
That's the name of this episode.
Read the Reddit, the subreddit malicious compliance. There's some really good stories in there.
Nice.
And guys, I baked the best dang banana bread / cake I've ever made before. I don't really use a recipe. I have my own recipe I develop, and it came out so freaking good. I just want to go eat it right now.
Oh,
dude,
I love baking.
I'm on like a very strict kind of diet right now, and my stepson Rowan is doing this little fundraiser thing where he's baking things for like to earn money to go on a Butler missions trip to Butler, Pennsylvania with the church.
Mhm.
And he has to raise like $300 to do this. And for like the last like several days, it has smelled so good
That would
in
be
my
tough.
house. And I want to eat every single thing that's coming out of that kitchen, but I can't touch any of it because it's like it doesn't fit in my meal plan for the day. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
The nice thing about banana bread, depending on how it's baked, it has a low calorie count. It doesn't
He's
use
making
that
the
much
banana
sugar.
bread right now. Yeah, he's making one right now. And if like my wife made one the other day or a couple weeks ago that instead of using eggs as a binder, she used applesauce, which just made it that much healthier. And it was really good. It wasn't too high in calorie. Like I was able to eat that, but
I don't know how that would make it healthier. Applesauce generally has more sugar.
well, it was like it's like this applesauce that we get from like the kids' school that's like really low in sugar. And it's not good to eat, but if you put it in something, then it's not bad, and it serves its purpose. But yeah, some
Okay.
of the stuff they send home from my kids' school, like I don't know how they would even feed this to a child. Like really, so gross.
Yeah, U.S. has some of the worst school food in the entire world.
They got some of the best breakfast pizza.
And the little square pizzas, dude. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
I don't know what it was, but the pizzas at the school were great. Everything else was horrible.
breakfast pizza was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I need to get that recipe.
you remember when I sent you guys that picture, like probably a couple months back of that big breakfast pizza I made at home from scratch?
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
you
so
did.
good.
Yeah.
Man, gotta stop talking about food. This hurts. This hurts.
Welcome to raw food. That just doesn't work.
Ew, raw food.
This is where we go vegan.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I can't. I can never become a vegetarian or vegan. If it was like you got to become vegetarian or you're gonna die, well, goodbye, everybody. Have a good life.
How is it that when you just went vegan, you also sounded like you went something else?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for that, but that's okay. I played Enshrouded a bit, actually. Jumped on our server.
You, nice. About time.
I'm
waiting for you guys to level up a little bit so that I can go do like. There's like a boss that I cannot kill by myself, and I need you peoples.
I'm a whole level 3.
Yeah, we need you about level 12. So get on it.
Yeah, working on it. It's kind of hard. I haven't played the game in a long time, so it took me a little bit to get used to it. But yet everything's already done, so I went onto my own game for a little bit just to refresh, and then went back to the server and.
Well, you can go. They changed it now, where you can go into your quest log and see like the ones that are already done, and you could go through and still do all those quests.
It wasn't the quest. It was just like going to get the people and crafting from step by step.
Oh, okay.
Gathering the
I
materials.
mean, you can still do all that, but you just won't get the people.
Yeah, it's a better guide doing it from scratch.
Right.
It got me just up to speed. That's all I needed. And I'm making a mage character, which I've never played on that game before, so that's been getting used to
It's
that.
fun. Yeah, it's fun.
I wasn't sure if anyone else on the server was playing it, because I was tempted to go back to Archer, because I actually love playing Archer on that game. Especially with the new grappling hook abilities they have, where you can pull enemies in and stuff like that.
Yeah. Why would you want to do that as an archer?
Well, I was thinking Sword and Board, actually, originally when I was looking at that. Because I haven't played Sword and Board either on that game.
I am going tank right now.
So you're a full
the way
Sword and Board, or two-handed.
I'm sword and board.
I thought about doing
And-
healer, but it's a little bit hard to level up healer.
You could do like a hybrid like caster healer, like
Yeah.
with if you're going mage tree. But like I'm going sword and board. Chris with a K, I think he's going kind of pseudo archer, if I remember. I don't know what.
I honestly am just playing and going my own route and saying screw what everybody else is doing.
I was gonna say I don't know what Rook's been like how Rook's building his character, but I've only seen him jump on like once.
I
did
twice.
yesterday for a little bit. Well, Friday night, actually, I jumped on. And no one was there to be
Yeah.
there with me.
I was gone.
I know.
I told you I was gonna be gone Friday night.
I was at work.
I got to talk about that in my week because it was pretty awesome.
I wound up playing Avowed yesterday, but I also played Minecraft a lot yesterday. Just getting back into that. I love that game. That game never gets old. It gets old for a little bit, but then I always end up going back to it.
Yeah. That's how I feel about EverQuest.
I
I
wish
get
they
bored
would-
for a little bit and then I go back.
They need to make a Minecraft 2 and make it the graphics of the movie.
they,
That would be insane.
They remember we talked about that. They're adding like that really good shader pack that's
Yeah,
going to be a
but
part of the game.
it's not gonna be like the movie.
It's pretty close. Like they're pretty good, but
we'll see.
I don't know. We'll
The
see.
pictures I saw, I think some of the private shaders are still better.
Yep, I agree. But they're definitely better than the original graphics.
Oh, by far. That's something I was thinking about doing, was just going in and building shaders and getting all that set up in my game. I was like, no, I'm just going to play the game right now, and then later on I can put in shaders, but we'll see. And I downloaded Atomfall, but I have not had a chance to play it yet.
What's that?
It's a new survival game that's kind of like Fallout in a way. It's post-apocalyptic.
It's a survival game?
Mm-hmm. And we've been having a lot of our listeners on our nerd chat have been talking about, on our Discord, have been talking about Atomfall.
Sure.
So, and it's free on Xbox if you have the subscription.
I do.
So,
I might have to check that out.
I downloaded it. Want to give it a shot because you know me and survival games are my bread and butter. I love them.
Heck
Too
yeah.
expensive for my blood.
Free?
Yep.
Oh,
And you have some bad blood, but time for a transfusion.
I know, right?
And my lady and I started watching Gladiator last night. She's never seen it.
Original?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're actually watching the extended cut. I've never seen the extended cut. So there's been several scenes I have never seen before, and I've seen that movie probably 20 times. But she got a headache and stuff like that last night, so we didn't get a chance to finish it. Started watching a little bit more of it today, but then decided to go watch the Minecraft movie so I can talk about it on the show. And yeah, so we haven't finished it yet.
You mean you got nudged to go see the Minecraft movie?
Yep, by one of my best friends. It happens. I wanted to,
funny.
but I want to go with her, and she wasn't feeling the greatest this weekend. So
I say that because I basically told him earlier, I'm talking about it tonight, so if you don't want me to ruin your experience, you better go watch the movie, because otherwise you're going to get spoilers, because
and it
we're
was
talking
nice.
about it.
I haven't explored Riverside much at all yet, so we went to the theater, and it's a really nice IMAX theater, and it's like this outdoor mall in Riverside I've never seen before, so we'll have to go back and explore that later.
Did you see it in IMAX or just regular?
No, we just did regular.
Okay, good. I was gonna say that might actually be kind of cool. I didn't see it.
It's
I just
cheaper
saw
that
it
way.
regular. Yeah,
But it was nice. I haven't taken her to go see a movie in a while.
awesome.
And that's been my week, as far as I can remember. I know there was a lot more I did. Like, I played more Balatro, but I got it on my phone now, so I can play that at night when I'm not doing much anything else.
Anywhere, yeah.
And too bad I
Nice.
can't get it to link with my Xbox, so I have to redo everything.
You can't. Can you download the app, the Xbox Cloud app on your phone, and then you can play it through the Xbox Cloud on your phone, and then it'll link.
I didn't even think about that. It's still having a blast with it. I found the most deadliest combo. I found the deadliest Joker in the game when utilized. It's one that all it does is copy the Joker's active abilities to its right.
That's decent.
It's deadly.
If you have the right. The most deadly one I found was the Joker that gives you, I don't remember, I think it's like +3 or +4 multiplier for every time you open a pack and then don't take a card.
Nah.
And then the rest of the game, I just open packs and don't take cards and open packs. I got that thing up to +76 multiplier one game, which was just bonkers.
That's child's play. I had a +26,000
Multiplier?
Yep. By using
How'd
that
you
one
get
that
that?
copies, I got a legendary Joker that gains for every 36 discards, it goes ×1 extra on the multiplier. I got up to ×8, and I had the one that copied it, so it was ×8 ×8. Plus everything else, I added the multiplier before that. So I had my highest hand was 1.6 million in a single hand.
Yeah, but now think about if you had the one that was copying it and you had ×72 ×72.
You said add to. There's a difference between multiplication and like the ones that add to the multiplier. There's the ones that multiply it, are the ones that just add to it.
Well, yeah, this one gives you +4 multiplier every time you discard a card. So, like,
Yeah.
you get, like, it ended up my multiplier was 72. So if you have another card that copies it, now you have 72 and 72.
I prefer, like, I had the 3 that built like that added to it. The ones that, like, every time you use a planet card, or every time you use one of the arcane cards, it adds like +3 to it.
Right.
And so I got that. And then I did the ones that did ×8 and then times it 8 more times.
You know, I've actually found that the multipliers are really nice, but the ones that give you plus 100 chips, those really make the score go nuts. Because if you have like 100 multiplier ×10, you're not getting much. If you have 100 multiplier ×100, 340, then you're looking at a much bigger number.
16,000 times 10 is still pretty good. But yeah, I usually get all the bonus cards, like all the extra chips and all the different on the cards themselves. So I was doing pretty good. I destroyed it. Anyway, moving on. You guys.
All right. My week. So my week, I didn't really do a whole lot of nerdy stuff. I mean, I've been playing a lot of EverQuest, just because we're doing a lot of like content raids and stuff like that. And there's this one quest I'm doing that is the most ridiculous quest I've ever seen in this game. I've never done it before, never even heard of it before until this server. And it's called Breakdown in Communication, where every class has these epic quests where you get this really epic weapon at the end. This quest is at least as difficult if not harder, per step, and there's 14 steps to the quest. So it's just like, I've been doing this for over a week straight, and I've only got 3 steps done so far. I have a lot of the parts to the other steps, but I'm nowhere even close to completing this thing. It's ridiculous. But the reward at the end is this like augment item that you can put in a piece of gear that just makes it insanely good. And you'll use this, like, I don't use any of my epic weapons or anything anymore, but this augment you can take out of whatever you have and put it in, like, say you get a better piece of gear, you just take the augment out, put it in the better gear, and then it's even better. So, like, the augment you can literally use for the rest of the game. So, figured it was worth my time to do it, but, man, it's a pain in the butt. Annoying. So, I've been working on that a lot. But the big thing I did this week was on Friday, we have this organization in my area called the Labor of Love. It's ran by a couple people that are friends of ours and go to our church and stuff. And it's basically a group of like doulas that help deliver babies and things like that. And it's a Christian organization. And they put on this fundraiser on Friday called the Black and White Ball, which is basically an adult prom. So, of course, my wife wanted to go. And we had to get all fancied up. I had to wear a suit. She wore a nice dress when we went to this thing. And it's a fundraiser, so they had like raffles and things like that, and dancing and food, and it was a blast. Like, we had a ton of fun. But one thing that we've been talking about for a really long time is that we really want to get our driveway done, because the main we have 2 driveways. One is on the right side of our house. It's the main driveway where my wife and my daughter park. And then on the left of the house is like, it's like basically 2 cement strips, which is where I park. And then where I park, it's like, if I park directly on the cement strips, cool, my truck is fine. But when I get out, I'm stepping in mud if it rained, and it's just nasty. So I wanted to get like gravel and stuff all around it to where I'm not having to go through mud all the time. And on my wife's side, there's like potholes and stuff that we wanted to just get some gravel and like fill it out and like level it out and stuff. Well, we were at this fundraiser, and we got some of the raffle tickets, and we put some in different things. There was like 30 different prizes. Well, we won one. And the one we won was for like an excavation company that does like driveways and gravel and stuff. And we won like a $300 gift card.
No, nice.
To there. So I'm going to call there tomorrow morning when I wake up and be like, hey, what can you guys do for $300? Even if you could just come dump a bunch of gravel, I can level it out and do what I want with it. I mean, like, but hey, $300 of free driveway gravel work. And that's what we've been wanting to do for months now. So
that works
out really good. Yeah. Plus, I mean, other than just winning, we had a blast. It was so much fun. Did a lot of dancing, hung out with a lot of our friends. It's just a really good time. So, I mean, that was basically the highlight of my week. And I went and saw the Minecraft movie last weekend, obviously. Or no, it was Monday or Tuesday I went and saw it.
Yeah, it was earlier in the week.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit on the last show. Then a couple days later, you went and saw it.
Yeah, so we'll. I'm not going to bring that up now because we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But yeah, so that was my week. Besides that, so
what you got, Rook?
So my week has been a lot of recovery from being sick most of the week, which kept me from going to doing any kind of gym-related stuff. Wasn't until like Thursday I was starting to feel better. Played Monster Hunter Wilds more with my brother. Got through the main story. Story is meh.
That's what I've heard.
The gameplay is meh.
Also,
the controls suck.
Yeah, that's what you were saying last week.
I watched my nephew play it for a little while because he was watching our house for us when we went to Florida, and when we got back, he stayed for a day and he was playing it for a little while, and I don't know, it didn't seem like my cup of tea.
I only play it because my brother bought the game for me, so.
Yeah, and it's something you can do with him. That's cool.
Played Pathfinder. My dice were so much more forgiving this week.
Like last week.
That's good.
Now, granted, I didn't hit all the time, but that was mostly because the enemy had high AC versus my rolls being 1s and 2s.
Yeah.
That's problematic.
Now, Pathfinder has it set up to where critical failure is a 1 on the die or 10 below your target score, which makes it a lot more entertaining when you're playing the game. Because instead of rolling a 2 and not critically failing against a DC of 20, now that 2 is anything from 10 and below is a critical fail. So I kind of like that, and every ability has different things that happens on a critical success, critical failure, and regular failure, stuff like that. So I am liking Pathfinder. It's not as customizable as D&D, but it's still a fun game. And then I learned about this new convention I plan on going to in August called Rebel Scum Con. Now, do not put all that in one long sentence as one long crunched together name, because then it doesn't look right.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to realize, because I sent the thing. I told Widget, "Hey, Google Rebel Scum Con," and but I put Rebel Scum Con all as one word, like it was on the website. And then he said, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that." Oh wait, I read that. And then I typed it out. Then I said, "It's a Star Wars con." He's like, "You mean Rebel Scum Con?" I'm like, yeah. I made that mistake. But
yeah.
one of the guests, it's a Star Wars convention. So one of the big name guests that are going to be there is the guy that did the voice acting for Darth Maul and a bunch of other animated characters in the series. Most people would know him from the guy who did Obi-Wan's voice and him doing a reading of the...
Yeah, exactly.
He just saw it.
All right. Refocus.
That's not a convention I want to go to.
That's how he read it when I sent it.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him do a lot of readings of different things. Let me get his name real quick. His name is Sam Witwer. They also got the guy who voiced the droids and General Grievous, Matthew Wood. They even are going to have the kid there that from the Younglings, Ross Beedman. They're going to have him there. I'm like, so is he going to get slain by Anakin again? But this is in August, and this is the current guest list. Obviously, I'm thinking they're going to have more. But they have quite a few people. A lot of them are the voices of animated characters from a lot of the popular anime TV series. So I'm looking into this. I'm probably going to go. Also, here's my plan for the next month. I have the Scarborough Ren Fair to go to. I have a con to go to. The Fan Expo, the Dallas Fan Expo is coming up. I don't remember I think that's at the end of May. And then there's this con, and then there's the Science Con down in San Antonio near the end of the year. I didn't realize how many cons are actually in Texas.
Well, yeah.
Texas is a big place, man.
No, yeah, but I didn't realize. Well, Space Con I learned about last year.
I mean, that one just makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to be in October 24th through the 26th. It's going to have Billy D. Williams, Charlie Cox, David.
Wait, Charlie Cox is going to be at the Rebel Scum Con?
No, Space Con.
Oh.
I'm looking at who's going to be at Space Con because it's a huge thing. Jamie Bamber's going to be there. He looks like a weird Ewan Gregor. Vincent, I don't even try saying his
Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah, him. He's going to be there.
That's Kingpin, man.
Yeah, I know who he is. Jonathan Frakes is going to be there, so I'm going to go. Just because I want to meet Jonathan Frakes.
I didn't tell you guys. I forgot to tell you guys last week. When I was in Florida, when I went to Daytona Beach, while we were there, they launched a rocket of some sort from Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
And I could see just a little bit of it as it was going up. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool to watch
Yeah.
that stuff. But
If I'd have known they were going to do it, I would have gotten closer. Like, we were trying to figure out what beaches and stuff to go to. One of the ones my wife mentioned was one near Cape Canaveral, and I was like, I don't want to go all the way down there. But if I'd have known that they were going to be launching the rocket, dude, I totally would have went.
See, I need to go. I need to go with you,
this
Rook, to SpaceCon because our boy Casper's there.
Yeah.
Casper's going to be there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's in October. It gives you a lot more time to save up.
Grace Park.
Man, I missed it, man. I missed the biggest convention I needed to go to this year. The Texas Furry Fiesta.
Oh, no. That's a convention?
Yes, they have that in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're not going to air that one. Sorry.
There's South Texas Comic Con, Anime Tyler, Collecticon, the Riverwalk Anime Con. There's a ton of them on here. I did not realize how many there were. The biggest ones are going to be SpaceCon and the Fan Expo Dallas convention because Fan Expo is a huge
Let's try
one.
to plan for me coming out to do the SpaceCon with you.
Okay.
I would love to do that one.
It's at the end of October. I can take the time off for that. No problem.
Okay, let's work on that.
All right. Sounds good.
We just had the Midland Comic Con a few weeks ago, and I was so annoyed by the traffic that I didn't even go. Like, I couldn't even I had to park like way far away from my gym because my gym is in that mall.
No.
It's not like direct connected to the mall, but it's like they took one of the end caps of the mall and turned it into the gym, but you can't get to the mall from in the gym. You have to go around. Anyway, my parking lot of my gym was completely full, even though there's no mall access. They were parking there, and like even though there was big signs everywhere saying gym use only, people were parking there to go to Comic-Con, and I was just getting so annoyed by all that traffic. I'm like, you know what?
So
Not even gonna bother.
Save up the money when you start your new job. Start saving money and come down at the end of October.
Who,
It's
me?
cheaper to get to Texas than it is to get to California.
Drive to Texas.
Yeah, but that'd be cool for all three of us to go to the SpaceCon.
I'm game. I love space. I love space movies and shows and sci-fi. So, yeah, let's do it.
See if Casper remembers us.
You two for sure.
I applied for us to get a press badge for WonderCon, but we didn't obviously get that. But we can still apply for different things like SpaceCon, maybe.
Maybe we can try.
We meet requirements. It's just a matter of if they accept us or not. So,
Yeah. Either way, we still go.
yep.
So that was my week, pretty much.
Xbox One released November 23rd, 2013. Yeah, 2013. And it released at $499, which is $670 today, which is right what we've seen average for that time period. The Xbox One received positive reviews for its controller design, multimedia features, and quieter internals, but it got a lot of criticism for its user interface.
It got a lot of criticism for making mandatory the Kinect.
Yes.
Well, and it got praised for its controller design. They haven't changed their controller design since the Xbox 360.
Actually, sir, it's a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's literally the same layout, the same controller.
I like this better. And for y'all who are listening to the podcast, I'm holding an Xbox controller. I like this better because it fits more comfortably in my hand than the older ones. But he has a point. It's pretty much the same thing, just a little bit smaller.
I never liked the Xbox controllers anyway.
It's almost exactly the same.
But that's from me being used to Nintendo and PlayStation controllers.
That's like saying that the PS3 controller was a huge innovation from the PS2. I mean, it's not much difference. The PS4, that one's a little different.
But the biggest faux pas Microsoft ever, outside of making Windows 8 and Windows Vista, is making Kinect a requirement to be able to use your Xbox One. That was
really
huge.
It was a requirement to use the Xbox One?
It shipped with it, and a lot of things you wanted to do, you had to have the Xbox One connected, the Kinect connected. And it was also, at the very beginning, it was required always on.
Yeah.
It had to be connected to the internet all the time.
That sounds sketch.
They ended up coming out and patching that out, but
I can
when
see
they
why,
put
because
that
that's
out
pretty
originally,
sketch.
yeah,
Like, we have to be able to watch you at all times.
always having to have your connected and
do
always being
remember that.
connected to the internet. It really made people think, hey, why? Are you spying on us through our Kinect camera?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they were doing.
So that was one of the biggest faux pas they did, were those two things.
Has to
Followed
be connected.
closely
It
by
has to be on
Vista.
the. Yeah, it has to be connected. It has to be on the internet, but no one says you can't put like a T-shirt over it so that they can't see what you're actually doing.
Well, they had a revised version that replaced the original in 2016 called the Xbox One S, which was smaller form factor and had support for HDR10, high dynamic range video, as well as support for 4K, blah, blah, blah. And then they released a higher end model named the Xbox One X that was unveiled in June 2017 and released in November, which was just upgraded hardware specifications and support for rendering games at 4K.
Yep.
But those of us who are PlayStation fans, we just called it the X-Bone.
The Xbox One wasn't. I actually enjoyed it more than the 360. Once I got used to the graphical interface, the GUI, it was pretty simple. But then again, that's the same with most GUIs. Once I get used to them, it's pretty simple. All right, since we're talking about it, since y'all apparently can't play Xbox games,
Don't have an Xbox. Never have.
Yeah,
I am going to do this a different way. So I'm the only one with a list. I
Yep.
went through this list, and while I was making this list, my number one game is the only thing I have in the top 10 on Metacritic. That's how all over the place I am with these games and how little I thought of what other people thought about games. So I got two honorable mentions. One is No Man's Sky because it was fun to play on the console. And the second one was Halo Wars RTS. Fun to play, good story. Number 10 is XCOM, which wasn't that bad of a game. Sorry, not XCOM, XCOM 2. Let me be more precise. But it was a good game. Not everybody's favorite. Was very difficult, but I enjoyed it. Number 9 was Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 was fun. This was my favorite of them on the Xbox because it's the one I played the most on the Xbox. Followed by Skyrim at number 8. I put over 500 hours on that game on the Xbox One. Next was Mortal Kombat X. That was fun. I just love every Mortal Kombat game though. Then, because the only reason I'm mentioning the disc this game is on is because it's how it was released for the Xbox One, and it was Rare Replay, and the game on there that I played was Conker's Bad Fur Day, which on a high-res system looks not the greatest.
No, especially if they don't upscale it properly. No.
still haven't played that game.
Now, Archon will like this one.
Oh,
Diablo 3 is number 5.
okay.
You played that on
Diablo 3
Xbox,
is a
huh?
fantastic game. Man.
I played it on Xbox. That is where I played my only Diablo game
Diablo
with a
3
lot of time in it.
Yeah, Diablo 3 on console was amazing because you could use your little joystick to like dodge roll where you couldn't do that on the PC. And it just added like a whole new element to the way you played the game. And I loved it. Loved it. It's great.
Yeah, it was fun to play. It feels more like a console game than it does a PC game. Number 4 is Elder Scrolls Online. That's where I first started playing Elder Scrolls Online.
Nice.
Good game.
That was back when I was still living in Washington. Number 3 is Fallout 4, because I played that on multiple platforms. Number 2 is my least favorite Halo game of all time because it got rid of multiplayer, or hot seat, couch co-op multiplayer, split screen multiplayer, whatever you want to call it. Halo 5. Loved the story, hated the aspect that they took out split screen co-op. And my number 1 favorite game, and the only game I have that is on the first 2 pages of Metacritic's top 10 list, Metal Gear 5, Phantom Pain.
Okay.
Also,
All
the only game
games
on
are
this
pretty
list.
solid.
Also, the only Metal Gear game that has never been finished.
What do you mean by
Pretty sure
that?
every game.
There was actually meant to be more to Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain at the end. And it's obvious when you beat the game that there was supposed to be more. But that was at the time that they had issues with, what's his name? So
There's a couple games on the Xbox One top 10 list for Metacritic that I've never heard of. I mean, there's the obvious ones, like number 1, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 2 is Grand Theft Auto 5. 3 is your Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
The Phantom Pain. And then number 4 is a game called Celeste.
Yes, dude, Celeste is an amazing game. It is an amazing game.
I figured it would be if
heard of
it's on the top 4.
If you look up like a lot of people's top 10 games of all time, Celeste is on there.
Yeah, I've
It's
never heard of it.
Very good.
I mean, it has a
It's got-
Metascore of 94, so it has to be good.
It's got different, like really different graphics. It's very cartoony and like looks like something that would be on like Super Nintendo. Well, better than Super Nintendo, maybe PlayStation, but like it's really good. More like GameCube, probably. But it's a really good game and it has an amazing story.
Okay. Number 5 is The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
That's a great game.
Wild Hunt, yeah. 6 is Resident Evil 2. I'm guessing that's the remake they did.
Yep.
And number 7 is one I've never heard of, Inside.
It looks like it's a horror.
Yeah, just judging by the cover, it looks like it. And then 8 is Forza Horizon 4. 9, Divinity Original Sin 2. And I have that game on my Steam, and I've never played it.
It's the game that was made by the creators of Baldur's Gate 3 before they made Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I just never played it. I know it was good. A lot of people have praised it. I just never gotten around to it. I have probably 100 games on my Steam list, on my Steam catalog, that I've never played.
What I like about Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2 is both people can be part of a conversation, and if they both want to say something, you rock, paper, scissors for it in game to see who says it.
Nice. And the number 10 is another one I've never heard of. The Remains of Edith Finch. It's like another horror game.
The very
Never heard of it.
first critic review says it's a tender exploration of memory, death, and mystery.
On the bottom of the list, we got Fighter Within. So, unleash your
terrible.
inner fighter to beat your friends. Right.
I forgot about Grounded.
Oh my god, this is a game. Soda Drinker Pro.
Genie
Ghostbusters, we've seen that one everywhere on the bottom. Gene Rain, never heard of it. Gianna Sisters, Dream Runners, Agony, Past Cure, Sanity of Morris, 7 Days to Die.
I'm surprised this game got so low because I see people playing it all the time. 7 Days to Die. That's actually better on PC though than I think it is on console.
That's just different. How about we start talking about the Minecraft movie?
Do it.
See, I don't think my review is going to be as good as you thought, Archon.
I think
There
it was
were
the best
some-
movie ever, even though I never watched it.
There were some things about the movie that literally drove me nuts, but the good things about it is how they brought the world of Minecraft into reality. It was very accurate to the game in many different ways. When the first thing that really threw me off is when the kid decided to throw in real world items into the crafter and build some kind of random tater tot gun. That was really off script, too far. It actually took me out of the movie. It bothered me. Jack Black singing constantly drove me nuts.
Dude, come on.
Yeah, I didn't like
The
it.
Lava Chicken song is the best.
Hey, he's not a Jack Black fan. It's okay.
If you gotta understand that if Jack Black is in a movie, he's gonna have some peaches. Like, come on, he's gotta have some type of
I was
weird
expecting
song.
at least one, but 4? It was 3. It was 3.
That's 3 times better than 1.
No.
Oh,
The Chicken Lava song
Come on.
was okay. The end where he's getting all sappy with his wolf. Ugh.
oh,
Dude, I get
his
sappy
only
with my
friend.
wolves in that game.
But there were things about the movie that I absolutely loved. The acting with the kids was not the biggest fan of them. But what's his name? Not Jack
Jason
Black.
Momoa?
But Jason Momoa was fantastic. I loved him in the movie. He was
Garrett the Garbage Man.
Garrett the Garbage
Oh.
Man. He was fan-freaking-tastic. He was my
He's
favorite
one of
part.
my favorite characters. He is literally the epitome of an 80s dude who was cool then and still thinks he's cool now, but
Then
he's
comes
not.
to realize he's just not.
He's
It was
just not
fantastic.
cool anymore. He did it perfect.
I was really surprised by his character. It blew me that he did that good with it. Not something you would expect from him, but it was good.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I think Jack Black did an amazing job as Steve. I did.
Oh, me too. Did you see the end credit scenes?
Yeah.
Both of them?
I don't think I saw both of them. I got the one with the the villager and the lady.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious.
Jennifer Coolidge is hilarious. And the fact that she fell in love with the villager just makes my day. It was so good.
I learned to speak villager.
When she hit me with her Jeep Grand Cherokee, I love how they had to call it a Jeep Grand Cherokee, not just hit me with her car. It's when she hit me with her Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The creepers were fantastic. I mean, the elements they brought of Minecraft into the movie were wonderful. Now they did a lot of it was just fantastic. I wanted to see more of that.
It was incredibly campy.
Extremely campy.
Obviously, the dialogue and everything was super cheesy. But I loved every second of it. It just cracked me up so much.
Some of that kind of got to me here and there, but mostly when the kids did it.
It was on purpose, though. It was supposed to be like that. But when
Jason Momoa and Jack Black did it, it was fantastic because they delivered it right.
Dude, the one time when they embrace arms together and at the first time, and they just look at each other, and then everybody's looking at each other like, "What is going on here?"
I want that diamond sword.
Yeah, it was
even the steel sword, the iron sword looks fantastic. That thing could be dangerous.
Everything, man. When the one chick comes out with the army of wolves, yes, just everything about the movie.
I was fanboying out about all the redstone. Like when they opened up a secret chamber in the mine. It was all I used to build that all the time. Redstone. I love redstone in that game.
The very first time when he's during the lava chicken song or the lava chicken when he pulls the lever and you see the redstone activating, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yep.
It was great, but in the second end credit scene, the one at the very end of the credits, Jack Black goes back to his original house and somebody else has moved into his house. And it's a girl wearing a green shirt and has red hair, and her name is Alex. I was like, yes! Set it up for a sequel. Well, yeah, I thought it was really, really, really good.
Everything that Steve was building in the beginning of the movie was just, that's so Minecraft through and through.
The way that he's just sitting there pointing, pow, 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 and the bricks are popping up. I was like, yes!
I loved it when they would throw the little cubes and it'd come out in reality, like that girl trying to create a boat.
Oh yeah, she just throws it and it just falls in the water. She's got to understand how this works.
There was a lot of the movie that was fantastic. The campiness kind of got to me on some things. The kids were the big negative for me. Other than that, I thought it was extremely well done. And what they were saying about how movies need to take a note from Minecraft and how you do a video game to movie port was right on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Some of the elements in this movie were just absolutely fantastic.
When they showed the overworld, a.k.a. Minecraft, out in the open like that in the beginning, I said, I want to be there. I want to go there. I want my game to look like that.
When the kids and stuff first get, when the other group of people first get to the overworld, and then, it suddenly, just becomes night. And the one lady's like, well, that was really abrupt. Did that happen fast to anybody else? And then all of a sudden you get the first view of all the zombies and stuff. And dude, it was great.
The creepers were awesome. I almost wanted to hug them. They were cute but deadly.
Yeah.
And scary.
Just like creepers.
Creeper farm in the mine, that made me chuckle.
Chicken jockey.
That's been a trend that's been going around that drove me nuts.
Yeah, the people destroying movie theaters during the chicken jockey scene.
When we were watching the movie, when they did the whole chicken jockey scene, half the people in the theater yelled out, "Chicken jockeys!" Oh, God, come on.
Yeah, I only had 5 people in the theater with me when I saw it because it was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday when everybody was at school or work. So there was nobody there. But there was a group of 4 people behind me that were all late teen, early 20s. And yeah, they were all clapping and cheering at the end of the movie. And
I don't understand why people clap at the end of a movie. And the people who made the movie are not going to hear it.
That's fine.
I never liked that.
It's just an expression of enjoyment, man.
Well, what would you rate the movie out of 10?
What kind of rating do you want? Do you want a fanboy rating, or do you want like an actual, if I were reviewing the movie rating?
Honest review.
Let me ask, since I haven't seen it. I want an honest rating.
An honest rating, I would say, as far as enjoyability and everything, I would give it an honest 8.2. Because of how I enjoyed it. Now, if I was going like full on critic, like dialogue and everything about it, I mean, it's probably like a 6.2. But like, if you're a fan of the game series and you want to see that come to life, 8.2.
Well, that's why I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, because if it wasn't for the kids and some of the extremely poor delivered lines from them, and if they cut Jack Black down to like the chicken song, it would have been a 10.
Oh, his little song at the beginning.
Come on, using the real world items in the game to create some random gun. Nah.
That was just trying to showcase the kid's creativity, because in the real
They could have
world
done
he
it
was creative.
by using what's already in Minecraft.
All right.
I agree.
So, based on y'all's reviews, Archon is more in line with the audience score from Metacritic at an 87, or not Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes at an 87%. Joe is more in line with IMDb's audience score of 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
But was it a good movie? Do I recommend it? Absolutely. It is a kids movie, though.
Would you rather see Minecraft, or would you rather see Borderlands?
No.
Minecraft,
obviously. That's taken.
I haven't even seen it, and I know the answer to that.
It's like comparing a pea to a steak. And
would you rather see Minecraft or the newer version of Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Depends on what mood I'm in, but probably for me, probably Minecraft. I do like the Mortal Kombat movie, but I think I'd rather see Minecraft. I had more fun with it.
Minecraft or Ace Ventura? Pet Detective.
Oh. Now, I can tell you that I am going to get sick of the Minecraft movie, because I know for a fact once it comes out on like at-home video, my 3-year-old is going to want to watch it on repeat like he did the Mario movie. But for now, I love it. Like, I actually would watch it. Well, I want to watch it again right now. I mean, yeah, I thought I don't mind the Jack Black singing thing. I thought it made it hilarious. Like at the beginning when he has a job, when Steve has a job and he's like singing his little presentation, like I loved it. Like his little song was so funny. And that's just Jack Black. I mean, that's just who he is. If you've seen any of his other movies, he sings in like every movie he's in except for Kung Fu Panda.
Well, there's
and
one
he
little.
Probably sung in that one too if they would have let him.
Well, yeah, probably. That's his whole Tenacious D thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, really quick before we finish the show, I thought this was a very, very interesting little news article. NASA finds a very odd rock on Mars that has no explanation of what it is. And the thing I thought was fascinating about it, and I included a picture for you guys. It is actually very interesting. It's like they call it a blue-gray color. That's just in the middle of all these regular rocks you would normally see on Mars, but full of these little like millimeter beads all over it. And when you look at it really close, they have zoom-in portion of it. It looks like it was formed from like some kind of gas, and it just solidified rapidly. But what really gets me is that scientists seem to forget that we don't know everything. That there's the odds of us having of there being a new mineral or element or metal or gas that we have never seen or heard of ever out there in the cosmos is extremely high. So trying to base it off of what we know here, thinking that Earth has every possible element in the universe, is just dumb.
Yeah, they're still finding elements on our planet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Honestly, to me, looking at that photo, it looks like an asteroid crashed there a long time ago and is just embedded in that, like, on the surface there.
That's the cool thing about it, though, is that we don't know what it is. We don't know what element or mineral it is.
It looks asteroidish.
It reminds me of volcanic rock.
Did you guys see the close-up version of it?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I can't make that picture any closer.
There's another picture on the actual site. Let me post that for you really quick. I'll put it on the notes so you can see.
Small
right there. It's like little gas beads that were solidified.
makes me feel even more like it's an asteroid.
Yeah, so we don't know what it
It's
is,
something.
which I think is pretty cool. And once we get exploring space more and the technology increases for doing so, we're gonna the odds are extremely high. We're gonna find things we've never found on Earth before, and that's just gonna be awesome.
You know what's funny is if you look really close at some of them, they have like little holes in them.
Yeah,
What if
that's
it's
what I was.
What if it's eggs?
Millions of little micro creature eggs.
Just well.
Oh, that's
I mean,
what. Be careful. There are people that are now going to believe those are eggs, and
Well,
now they're going to be freaking out.
You ever
I
cook
said,
it
what
like
if? I didn't
you-
say they were. I said,
if
what
you
if they're
cook-
eggs?
If you cook a thick sauce in a pan, it'll start to bubble when it starts to boil, and you'll get that effect from the little beads that form on the surface. They'll slowly open like that. That's what makes you think it's some kind of gas that was escaping, but then solidified rapidly.
It makes sense.
Could be, or it's eggs.
So yeah, that could have been something entering the atmosphere and hitting the air and vaporizing
Might-
as it made in contact.
It might have came from the planet that Pitch Black takes place in,
We're
and those are they
doomed.
hatched.
We're doomed.
I mean, it's on Mars. It's not here. It's not in someone's backyard. It's on Mars.
They're gonna get a core sample of that because they know the rover has been taking samples and leaving them. They have a recovery aircraft that's on its way soon to pick up these samples and bring them back to Earth. So they're gonna have a sample of this. It's gonna wind up being eggs, and it's gonna infest Earth, and we're all dead.
Yep.
Oh, well,
Here's a conspiracy
now you
theory.
just created a global panic. Good job.
Not. We just made our new movie. The plot of our new
Right.
movie.
Dude, we need to sell that to somebody. I hear
All right.
Disney does a good job with good plots.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, they do great. So what's this about the CNN article?
Yeah, there was a little article that was tagging along on that. There's been this mysterious glow in the sea that's been reported for the last 400 years from sailors, where the entire ocean, from as far as they can see when they're out in the middle of the ocean, tends to be, like at night, will be 4 or 5 shades lighter than the night sky. So it gives off this gray glow effect. And the scientists have never been able to identify it or been able to study it because they don't ever see it. But they have been taking satellite images of certain spots of the ocean where they have seen it from satellite. And they're calling it the Milky Seas. And they think it is caused by bioluminescent bacteria, but they do not have proof of it yet.
I was gonna say, I didn't even read this article, but as you were describing it, I was immediately my mind went to bioluminescence. What if there's bioluminescent fish under there or something that are swimming around down there that are just lighting it up a little bit?
And I was tagging along with this article from the previous one because it just shows how little we even know about our own planet, let alone what could be actually
Right.
out there, especially when it comes to our oceans.
Oh yeah, dude. Some of our oceans are so deep they have no clue what's down there. They've tried to figure it out, but they just don't have the equipment to get down there.
Every year, it seems like marine biologists are finding new species of whatever out in the ocean somewhere. And we don't know.
The megalodon.
Like the whole giant squid thing, what they thought it was a myth until it started washing up on shore a couple times and discovered it's real.
Just
Here's
like the megalodon, they think it's a myth, but
Oh, it's not a myth. It was just extinct. It was.
They gotta-
We have proof
Oh,
it
no.
existed at
So,
one point.
it's just deep down there. They haven't gotten to it yet. It's down there.
I got 2 things to bring up.
Oh,
One, and I have to agree with Anna and Mossy, sorry. Apparently, scientists haven't learned from Jurassic Park, as they have
no.
brought back the dire wolf's genes using the gray wolf to fill in what they didn't know from, or what they didn't already have. And now they're looking at bringing back the woolly mammoth using elephants. But did you know the humpback whale's global population has increased from around 10,000 to 15,000 due to heavy whaling? They have bounced back to 80 to 90,000 individuals.
Because they're a highly, highly protected species.
Yes.
Most
they
whales are.
I guess it took Star Trek to fix that problem. And
Well,
then I
they were-
saw a meme that came up and said it had a picture about the South Atlantic humpback whale population going from 450 up to the 10,000s range, and the picture right up underneath it is the undiscovered country saying you're welcome.
Well, from the 17 to 1800s, the primary source of light was well
Yeah.
oil lamps, until they discovered different ways of doing it. But yeah, they got hunted out for their fat, basically.
Yeah, it's just
Good
awesome.
thing I'm
to
going to
see
the
that-
gym.
It's awesome to see that if global organizations actually want to do something, we can make the nature bounce back. Now let's see if we can get them to stop cutting down the rainforest in Amazon, because I want to go visit the rainforest and hug the trees.
Well, it rains on you.
Well, it rains on me.
Well, that's going to be pretty much it for the show, unless there's anything else you guys want to bring up.
Nope.
All right. You guys can reach out to us through email if you want to advertise with our shows, any kind of business on any of our podcasts that we do. podcastraw@gmail.com. Our Discord, the place to be. You can come join in our chats, hang out, say hi. discord.gg/raw podcasts. RAWPODCASTS. Our X is at Podcast Raw. Our Facebook is Raw Podcast. Our Instagram,
Raw Podcast 1.
and you can follow us individually as well. I am at The Widget, THEWIGIT, everywhere.
You can follow me everywhere as some variation of Rook 213 or Tomcat 213.
And you can follow me at pretty much everywhere as the Archon 606.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and have a fantastic nerdy week.
Y'all stay nerdy.
Have a great week, guys.